Welcome back! My name is ballerscuba. This is Video Games Over Time! We are still in 1986, and we are still in King's Quest 3. When we last left off, I was having some trouble getting Porridge to show up in the Three Little Bears' home. Turns out that it is random, because I did try it a little bit longer, and then reloaded my save, tried again, and it happened the first time once I reloaded the save. So, I went upstairs, got the thimble again. You don't have to do it in that order. You can get the thimble and the porridge in whatever order you want. You can get a lot of things in whatever order you want, but we will need that thimble. I do have it on me. And hey, look, there's some porridge. Very obvious porridge. We want to take baby bear's porridge. This bowl of porridge is just right, so you take it with you. If memory serves me right, that's Papa Bear's, which would be too hot, and Mama Bear's, which would be too cold. I don't know, it's been a long time since I've thought about the Three Little Bears. All right, so we got what we needed. Let's head back out. We will take the dew from the flowers here because we do have the thimble. Holding the silver thimble beneath a dew-filled flower, you gently tip the flower so its dew runs onto the thimble. You move from flower to flower, repeating the process until your thimble is brimming with dew. Hooray! We did it. All right, got some more things. Let's head kind of to the northern part here because some bad things can happen on the next screen. So we need to go west and then north. As long as I do it in 8 seconds, we should be fine. All right, so from here, I do want to show off something that I haven't shown off. We can look at the map. The magic map's faded ink has brightened, but only in those places where you have been. This is the auto mapping that I brought up in the first video. It fills in everywhere that we have been as I go there. It's a magic map. Then you can move around and teleport there, or you could just put the map away. For now, we're just going to put it away, and so it shall be. Okay, so from here, I want to take acorns. You pick and poke among the fallen acorns looking for dried ones. You don't find any. These are all newly fallen. Okay, then we can look acorns. Acorns surround the oak tree and crunch under your step. All right, I think we need to go here and then reach into the hole. He had to get in position, Gwydion did. You lie down on the ground and reach into the small hole. You feel around inside the hollow tree and discover a rope stretching up into the tree. You pull it, and to your amazement, a rope ladder falls from the branches above. All right. We did it. Climb ladder. I probably have to get closer. There we go. How can you do that? Oh, just climb it. I thought I was going to have to, climb, not just walk into it. Okay. I think I want to save here. Let's save. Ladder is scary. And there. All right, we did it. I don't think that... You have entered the bandits' hideout. One of them is coming after you now. No! Get out of there. And he threw me out of the tree. Do I die? Thanks for playing King's Quest 3. Next time, be more careful. Told you the ladder is scary. Let's keep climbing and try again. And... Okay. Nope. Nope. And we die. Again. I don't need to go through this every time, so maybe I'll like hit restore. I don't know. Restore. Yeah. And once again, this is just kind of a random event, so if you thought you were doing this wrong, you were wrong. I don't think there's anything else that I can do. The heartless thug drags you out the door and pushes you off the porch, and then we die anyway. Same way. I don't seem to have control once I go in there. Restore. Okay. Let's save there so I don't have to do that little bit again. It's too much for me. Yeah, I can't type anything. Can I, once I hit the ground, can I type? Yep, restore. Let's try again. What I'm supposed to be waiting for is the bandit to be asleep. And I'm told this is what I do to make that happen. And sometimes the music doesn't work quite right. So yeah, if you haven't learned to save by now, and then, yeah, once I'm outside, I just stop. I can't move anything. Yeah, I even saved where they told me to save. I'm not sure which one's faster. Does it really matter? I feel like I'm doing something wrong at this point. So, you know what? I will meet you once he is no longer awake and killing me. Okay, had to look up more guides. Basically, what I ended up doing was climbing down the ladder until I got off, getting back on the ladder, climbing all the way up, getting back to this spot right in front of the entrance, and then saying, look into treehouse. And every time they would basically tell me somebody is moving around in there, but now I got something different, so we can actually move on. I think it took 4 times up and down the ladder to make it work. So, something to keep in mind. You can see very little of the interior from out here, but there seems to be a figure sleeping in a chair. Other people told me that 3 times up and down was 100% chance of this working, but for me it took 4. Alright, let's head inside. You have entered the bandits' hideout. One of them is sleeping at a small table. Alright, what we need to do is take the purse from right there. You very carefully lift the coin purse off the table, practically out from under the sleeping bandit's nose. Alright, we got what we needed. Yeah, oh jeez, that was scary. They luckily, Gwydion just kind of moved straight on to what I needed. Once we hit the bottom, I'm gonna save again, and we will call that bandit burglared. Sure. All right. Because we're the burglar, not the bandit. We will go east from here. Now that we have a purse full of money, it's got some money in it. We're going to avoid the very scary looking mountain back there. Not only scary because it is so tall and steep, but also because it's got a curvy path that will probably kill me several times. But we made it to the store. That is where we need to go. We have hopefully everything that we will need for this, because there's quite a bit that we're going to want. Open the door, and in we go. Can I pet the dog? Okay. Good day to you, young man, greets the storekeeper. What can I do for you? You can let me pet the dog. Why? I want to pet the dog. As you pet him, Kenny licks your hand and thumps his tail in appreciation. A small wad of dog fur collects in your hand, and you tuck it into your pocket for later use. I don't think that was necessarily something I needed to do. Oh, it is, but the instructions were to take fur. No. Pet dog, that is the superior way to take the fur. Okay. And then we will buy oil from you. We are running a little bit low on time, but I think we'll be okay, because I have a secret. A wise purchaser, the balding storekeeper states. Why's he got to be balding? There, you will find no better oil in the land. That will be 1 gold coin. What else can I get for you? We will buy lard. You know, can I just tell you? Because there's 2 more things after this. Smiling, the storekeeper says, you'll be very happy with this lard. That'll be 1 gold coin. What else can I get for you? Asks the amiable storekeeper. All right, we will buy salt Anytime you're ready. Anytime. Okay, fine choice indeed, young man. That'll be 1 gold coin, and then I will buy... Oh, no, not take. I will buy the pouch. Okay. And then I think we are good here. So once he is done and I am in position again, I will be able to get what I need. I guarantee you'll be happy with this pouch, young sir. That'll be 1 gold coin. Okay. So let's look map. And we can teleport teleport to Manannan's house, which should be here. F6, and so shall it be. Okay, so at this point we do need to save, and we will call this one, need that feather. So what we're going to do here is kind of wait for an eagle to show up. Once again, I think it takes 8 seconds. So we kind of have to hope for the best. If it doesn't show up here, I will pause until I can get it to show up. Because, yeah, it's going to take a while. The eagle is rare. I'll be back. All right, got it to show up. There's the eagle. It dropped a feather that kind of floated to the ground, so we're going to take it. Sorry, I didn't get in there faster. It dropped the feather like so fast. All right, 2 points for the eagle feather. We can now try to climb up. We saved a little bit of time by teleporting, but not a ton. I probably should drop another save after I got the feather, but we'll wait till I get to the next screen so we can go back to our sketchy territory save. Gotta be so careful. I probably could be doing this faster, but I would rather be careful. Alright, anything this way? Oh, alright, we're good. So easy to fall here. So easy to fall. Okay, from here. Save. A new sketchy territory. And yeah. Let's try it again. I don't think it's fair to do that where I can't see where you're walking. Maybe that's just me. But eventually I figured it out. It wasn't too difficult once I started really pushing where I could walk. Okay. And then we can make it there and straight down. All right, let's save because I don't trust this. All right, more sketchy territory. There we go. Careful. Careful. I feel like they did this on purpose. Okay, and we made it. And we did it in time too. All right, and open the door. And then we will go into the study, which is back here. And we will, open the cabinet first. Am I lined up with that? Maybe a little bit further south? Yep, a little bit further closer to the camera. You unlock the oaken cabinet using the brass key. Okay, once we get that, we can... Inside, you find the wizard's magic wand. You take it with you, knowing it could mean death if he finds it missing. Yeah, well, I have a lot of other things that mean death if he finds me with them, so whatever. After closing the door, you carefully relock it. I was about to say, do I have to do that? No. Over here, on the right side, I think... It's right here, move book. There it is. It is a secret passage. You push the large book aside, revealing a metal lever attached to the back of the bookshelf. Yeah, you had to assume that there's going to be something, but how did you know that was the one? The trapdoor opens, revealing steep stone steps leading into darkness. All right. I can't go left. Can I go on them? They won't let me down. There we go. Okay. And we might be a little bit short on time, but I think I'll be okay. Let's just do that. Okay, and we made it to his secret magic room. We've only got like 2 minutes here. Are you serious? Now's not the time for this. I believe I want to... Can I do it from here? Take Mandrake? Nope. Gotta go around. Are we going to have to redo this? I don't think so. Can I not? Can I not go around and grab those? How do I get down there? And what happens at the 30-minute mark? Come on, take Mandrake. Can't reach it from there. I feel like I should be able to walk behind the table then, but they're not letting me do that. Take Mandrake. Take Mandrake. Maybe over here, take Mandrake. Look at table. Against the earth wall is a massive oak table with a spacious work top. Atop the oak table, a large leather-bound book, a mortar and pestle, a little brazier holding charcoal, and a flint, plus measuring cups, beakers, flasks, and stirrers. So is it here? I feel like the Mandrake... Well, I'm not sure which one is the Mandrake, to be honest, but I thought it was on the table down there. If they're telling me no and it's up here, I'll be upset. That is not what... Okay, whatever. You remove the jar labeled Mandrake root powder from the laboratory shelf and carry it with you. Yeah, I thought it was in the box down there, but no. All right, so take the juice. Nightshade juice is now mine. Take bone. Powdered fish bone. Take spittle. Toad spittle. Take saffron, which is just saffron. Take toadstool. And I don't see anybody yet. Toadstool powder is mine. Okay. So now we have everything that we need to go here. We crossed the 30-minute mark and nothing bad has happened yet. There it is. We were so close. My magic wand is missing. It's time to teach you a lesson, boy. Fun. Am I fully dead? Yeah, I'm fully dead. I'll meet you back down here, hopefully with more time on the clock. Alright, I did some more messing around, and basically I don't have enough time to do everything that I need to do on what's known as this cycle. Manannan has cycles, and I just don't have enough time before the 30-minute mark to kind of deal with him in the way that I need to. So let's open the door and head in. Instead of going into his study like I was doing before to, you know, make spells and all that kind of stuff, we're going to kind of mess around here. So, look at wall. There are 2 candles attached to the wall to light your way up the dim staircase. Nothing really all that interesting. I was hoping for something, but we're going to have to kill some time in this game because it does have a real-time clock and there are certain events that happen at specific times. We have some time to kill. What I need to do is wait for the 30-minute mark and Manannan to show up again. But this time, I'm not going to have anything on me. So let's go ahead and go over here and drop all. There we go. And then we will take the fruit. Doesn't matter, fruit, meat, either one will be fine. I don't need too much here, just kind of one thing. And that one is okay. I could also go for the porridge, but then I have to go and get the porridge again. The fruit and the meat, I'm told, are okay to kind of get rid of at this point. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And now we just kind of have time to kill. So we'll head down here, if they will let me, and try to hang out somewhere where I can do the next step kind of easily. I did look up a couple different guides for the game. There's a lot of guides. A lot of them are not very specific, though, and most won't tell me what to do if things don't go the way that they're supposed to. There's a lot of randomness in this game, if you haven't noticed, between the bandit, which might not be as random as I thought, but it does kill some time. The 3 bears, the porridge, all of those are kind of random events. The eagle is a random event. Manannan is not. Manannan shows up at very specific times. But he has kind of a pattern. He hangs around for 5 minutes and then leaves for 25 minutes. So I basically need to sit here and do nothing for like a half hour, because I was so close to getting things done that I basically had what I needed. So what we're going to do is wait for the 30-minute mark. When he comes back, he will tell me he's hungry. That's why I have the fruit. And I will give that to him. I don't think I need another fruit. Let me double check that. Fruit. Yeah, it doesn't... The fruit, as far as I can tell, is never used again, but that was just a real quick check. But the porridge I would need to go get, and the porridge is the only one that will respawn. You can keep on going back and getting porridge as long as Manannan has eaten the previous porridge, but yeah, what I need to do is eventually make spells in the basement, and there are 6 that I needed to make. And I did try to go down as quickly as I could without making any mistakes and just make one spell, the one that I knew I needed, and then make it back up. And I was short by about 30 seconds. Just not enough time for me to do everything that I wanted. So because I was off by 30 seconds, I now have to wait a half hour. All right, there's the 30-minute mark. So he should show up at like 30:08. He's been a little late lately, though. So like maybe 14. 30:14. There he is. Yeah, 14:15. I have returned, Gwydion. I am ready to eat. I told you that was what was going to happen, so now we can go over here, and there he is waiting for us. Manannan is impatiently waiting for his food. His stomach rumbles as he drums his gnarled fingers on the table. You'd better feed him quickly, or dire consequences may result. So I do already have what I need, and unfortunately, it's not really the thing that I need, but I'm going to do it anyway. Give fruit to man... How do I spell his name? Where's the double N? It's the second one. All right, Manannan. You place the food on the dining table before the hungry wizard. Ravenously, he devours every bit of it. Did you like your fruit? All right, I can't do anything. Oh, I can type, but I'm just going to watch, apparently. It's obvious the wizard enjoys his meal as he lets out a satisfied belch. He rises and leaves without so much as a thank you. Okay. You're welcome, I guess. Okay, now I think I still need to kind of wait around for like 5 minutes because he'll just kind of wander around here for 5 minutes. Where I'm going to go is back to my room because that's going to, you know, basically save me the most time. That's where I'm going to end up kind of anyway. There, then there. Okay, we got it to work kind of eventually. And then we can head all the way over here. And am I high? Am I low? What's going on? I'm high. There we go. But basically, we just kind of have to wait for another 5 minutes. Then I will do all the things that I've been trying to do for a while. A lot of it is information that came in the manual that we did not read because it wouldn't have made sense for me to read it at the beginning. It's information that you need in the game. Then we can kind of wait for the 60-minute mark. We've been... Yeah, we'll do that. I'll probably have like 20 or so minutes to just kill. Like, that's just how that is. So let's go ahead and try to pet the kitty. The thought of doing anything nice to that obscene ball of fur makes you sick. Like I said, they tell you it's a bad kitty. Look at Cat. That detestable pet of Manannan's is a constant annoyance. All right. So once again, we just kind of have 2 minutes to kill. I've kind of explained what's going on. It just kind of sucks that I was, according to like the clocks that I've been given, I was probably about 3 or 4 minutes short overall. But in order to do the bare minimum of what I needed to do, I was probably about 30 seconds short. So it hurts, but that is the case. That is what happened. So now we just kind of have to wait around. So we have to wait for Manannan to say he's going to leave, which will happen at the 35-minute mark, I believe. And then once that happens, I can kind of continue on with the game, and I'm hoping that the next cycle he wants to eat again, because I'm supposed to feed him something to kind of solve my problem for a while. And that is a bit of an issue if I have to wait until an hour and 30 minutes for that to happen again. I'll cut that out at least, but, you know, for these little bits here, I'm just kind of hoping he shows up and everything works the way that I expect. I did drop an additional save. I feel like I've been doing that a lot lately. Here's a save that you guys didn't get to see, because I just keep trying to make it work, and it doesn't always work the way that I would like. But hopefully this will be kind of the last one. It's not, but, you know, hopefully it is. We have, honestly, not that much longer to go in the game. Like, technically we could be like halfway through the game in terms of things I need to do. There's not a lot more, but depends on, you know, the cycles of the game. All right, that's 35, so we will hang out right here. He usually spawns right over there, right at 35:08, like I said. All right, you feel Manannan's cold gaze is quite unnerving. What are you gonna do? Are you kidding me? He spawned randomly right before the given spawn? All right, I'm going to bed, Gwydion. Do not disturb me. All right, well, I don't need him to be awake for what I need to do. All right, so he is going to sleep for 25 minutes. because that's how his brain works. Wish I could do that. But then again, like, it's 25 minutes every 2 hours or so. I don't know. You give and you take. All right, speaking of take, let's take all. Get all my stuff back. And he's going to be in his room, which is separate from his study. Right? His bedroom is just to the north of where we are here. Well, here. That pink stuff is all his. We're going to let that alone and go back to the study. And now I have like 25 minutes to get all this done. So as much as I was trying to go fast, it just kind of didn't work at the end because I wasn't fast enough. But now that that's done, we can head back in here, go through these motions again. And this time we can actually do what we need to do. So they do give you a little bit of leeway, which is nice, but the leeway is not going to work out the way that you would like, if that makes sense. So then we can head up here and move the book and move the lever. We have gone through this before. And eventually I can move again, and then we can head down here while he sleeps. Be careful if the cat is here. If the cat is here, you can trip over it and fall to your doom and die. That happened to me once. I think I tried it like 4 different times trying to get through this. It's not nice. All right. So, if you remember right, there's a few things we need to get. I didn't anticipate having to do this multiple times because I failed, but we'll do what we can. All right, take the mandrake. Take the juice. Take the bone. Take the spittle. Take the saffron. Take the toadstool. Okay. Now, with those all taken, we go over here to the spell book, and this is where you would need the manual. If you don't have the manual, I don't think you'll know how to do this. We will look at page, and then you have to do Roman numerals at this point. Look at page 2. With trembling hands, you turn the pages of the sorcery of old and prepare to follow its instructions precisely. You know you must work with the utmost care. Each step is critical. Each must be done in the proper way, in the proper sequence. You tremble in anticipation. I believe that you die if you get this wrong. So, get it right. No typos here. Put feather in bowl. You place the soft, downy chicken feather in your clay mixing bowl. Put dog fur in bowl. You put the tuft of dog hair in the clay bowl. Put snake in bowl. You put the dried snake skin in the clay bowl. Put bone in bowl. You pour a spoonful of fish bone powder into the clay bowl. Put dew in bowl. I lost track of where I was. You pour the thimbleful of dew into the clay bowl. Mix with hands. You knead the ingredients in the clay bowl with your hands. It turns into a stiff dough-like substance. Separate mixture into 2 pieces. No typos allowed here. Separate. You grasp the doughy mixture in the bowl and divide it into 2 pieces. Then we put dough in ears. I shouldn't add the words the. Put dough in ears. You very gently place the 2 pieces of dough in your ears and pull your hair down over them. You prepare to recite the magical incantation. The magical incantation is feather of fowl and bone of fish. Enter. Molded together in this dish. Give me wisdom to understand creatures of air, sea, and land. No Oxford comma! Then we wave our wand. You wave the magic wand over your dough-filled ears. Successfully completing the spell, you again look at the wizard's laboratory. All right. The laboratory. And we got 10 points for that. So we have done the understanding the language of creatures spell. Now we can do page 4. That's IV. You serious? Look, page 4. Same thing as before. All right. So then we will put saffron in essence. That's what it says. You carefully sprinkle the precious saffron into the vial of rose petal essence. Remember all these things that we got. They're all going to be important. Okay, then we go straight into the incantation. It's, "O winged spirits, comma, set me free of earthly bindings, comma, just like thee. In this essence, behold the might to grant the precious gift of flight." Wave wand. You wave the magic wand over the vial of rose petal essence. Successfully completing this spell, you again look at the wizard's laboratory. And we have learned the flying spell. I'm going to save. Let's save. We'll call this spells. Just in case I start screwing this up, we don't have to go through all of this again. Okay, so it's look page 14 now. And then it's grind acorns in mortar. Did I not pick up the acorns? Did I not pick up the acorns? I thought I picked up the... Yeah, and then we're dead. Okay. Spells. Look map. Okay, and we need to go... Where were the acorns? I thought that I had taken the acorns. Can't believe I didn't get that. So from their house, it's this screen here. Okay. Teleport. No. I wanted to go one north of that, but that's okay. Okay. So, you ever hear the squirrels shouting, "Have you got your winter supply of nuts gathered?" One inquires. "I can hear the animals." "Not quite yet," answers the other. "Do you?" "Oh, sure," states the first squirrel. "Ages ago, you'd better get to it, I'd say." So, I'm going to have less time than I thought, but that's okay. I can teleport and all that. All right, look at acorns. And then take acorns. You pick and poke. These are all newly fallen? Look acorns. Take acorns. Why can't I take the acorns? Am I going to have to look up another thing? All right, you eventually find 3 dried acorns and take them with you. So it's apparently random whether I get them or not. Okay. And we'll go back here. Good news, I'm not going to be waiting as long as I thought. Bad news, I had to get acorns. Okay. Let's keep going. And hopefully Manannan is only in a cycle of eating and sleeping from this point forward, and he doesn't have any more journeys to make. But we have to go through sketchy territory again, because they won't warp me all the way up top. That would have been very nice. Okay. should be fine here. Yeah, that part's not bad. Not too bad. This is the part that got me last time. Save. Sketchy territory again. And we're going to make it this time. Okay. Let's head this way. And all the way up against the wall. We should have until the hour mark. So I have like 17 and a half minutes to make 4 more spells. I should be able to do it. Shouldn't be too bad. Can't believe I didn't get the acorns because that's another random event. How many random events are there going to be here? Okay. Open the door. Hopefully Manannan doesn't wake up from any of what I am doing. He's a deep sleeper. Let's assume that. Okay. Back over here. And down. This game has a lot more random events than the previous two. I like that they're kind of expanding on everything, but like it doesn't have to be through this randomness. There's no reason for that. Okay. So we did what we needed to do. And now we can go. Wait, I learned the flashball. Can I just flown? Whatever, we're moving on. All right, I did what I need to do. We're going to drop the save here and call this spells again. And then we are going to look at page 14, XIV. Grind acorns in mortar. This is going to be the sleep spell, which if you notice, we got put to sleep forever. So they knew what we were going for. Grind acorns in mortar. Putting the dried acorns into the stone mortar, you use a pestle to grind them into a rough acorn powder. Okay, put acorn powder in bowl. Turning the heavy stone mortar upside down, you carefully pour the acorn powder into the bowl, then return the mortar to the table. Then we can put nightshade juice in bowl. You very carefully pour a cupful of nightshade juice into the clay bowl so as to not spill a single drop. Stir mixture. I read everything. No! Stir mixture. Are we still good? Gently stir the unappetizing liquid. I think we're still good. Light brazier. Making sure there is fresh charcoal in the brazier. There is a small supply here. You light it with the flint. Soon the brazier is hot. Heat mixture on brazier first. You gingerly place the clay bowl of ugly brown liquid on the charcoal brazier. Soon the hot brazier brings the mixture to a bubble, then a boil, releasing bitter-smelling steam. You let it boil until the nightshade juice is nearly gone, then remove it from the brazier. Then spread mixture on table. You pour the bowl's contents onto the oaken table, then spread the hot, sticky mixture over the tabletop. In a few minutes, it has dried to a very crumbly, coarse, sleeping powder. Okay, and it goes acorn powder, ground so fine, nightshade juice like bitter wine, silently in darkness, you creep to bring a soporific sleep. Aren't all sleeps soporific? What do I know? All right, then we wave the wand. You pass the magic wand over the table. And then put sleep powder in pouch. You untie the small leather pouch, scoop the powder from the table, and place it within. You now have a pouch full of sleep powder. Successfully completing the spell, you again look at the wizard's laboratory. All right, let's save another spell spot there. And then we can do the next spell. Next one is on page 25, XXV. This is the one, like the one that I was really going for. So hopefully we can get this done without too much trouble. All right, so put mandrake root powder in bowl. Put cat hair in bowl. It doesn't really tell us much here. You put the ball of cat hair in the mixing bowl. Put 2 spoons of oil in bowl. You pour the fish oil into the bowl and keep the empty jar. Stir the mixture. Stir mixture. You mix the ingredients together and the mixture turns into an oily, disagreeable dough with cat hairs sticking out of it. All right, put dough on table. Scrunching your nose in distaste, you grab the oily dough from the clay bowl and put it on the oaken table. Then we can pat dough into cookie. Pushing the palm of your hand on the oily dough, you flatten it until it is in the shape of a cookie. After a bit, the cookie hardens. No need to bake or anything. All right, the incantation. Mandrake root and hair of cat. Mix oil of fish and give a pat. A feline from the one who eats this appetizing magic treat. And then we will wave the wand. You wave the magic wand over the cookie, then take it from the table and carry it with you. And we have done another one. All right. Let's head back down and do the next one. Next one is look page, what is that? 84, LXXXIV. That's 84. All right, I mean, whatever page we're on, they know what we're going for. All right, put water in bowl. Carefully, you pour the cup of ocean water into the mixing bowl. I think the brazier is still on, so heat bowl in brazier. Being cautious not to burn yourself, you gently place the bowl of ocean water on the hot charcoal brazier. You watch as the salt water slowly warms, then begins to steam. You remove it just before it boils. Put mud in bowl. Adding a spoonful of mud to the hot ocean water, you slowly stir the mixture. The mud turns the water a cloudy brown. Okay, then we'll put a pinch of toadstool powder in the bowl. You put just a pinch of toadstool powder in the bowl of hot brown liquid. Then we'll blow bowl. Leaning over the hot brew, you forcefully blow your longest breath of air into the bowl, whirling the brew around and around. This one's called Storm, by the way. The last one was Transformation, and the one before that was Sleep. But we'll use all of them, right? Okay. Time for the incantation. Elements from the earth and sea combine to set the heavens free. When I stir this magic brew, great god Thor, I call on you. Storm, right? Norse god of thunder, also known from other things these days. Let's wave the wand. You wave the magic wand over the bowl of hot brown liquid, and we will put the brew in the jar. Waiting until the liquid is cooled, you carefully pour the storm brew into an empty glass jar, and that is another one done. Okay, last one. We will look at page, what is that? 169? Yeah, 169. And then we will cut cactus with knife. Using the kitchen carving knife, you cut a gash in the small cactus. Juice begins to drip. Okay, let's squeeze cactus onto spoon. I don't think I need the brazier anymore, so I think we're good. The brazier has burned all its charcoal, is now cool. Squeeze cactus onto spoon. Grabbing one of the measuring spoons from the oaken table, you grasp the slipped cactus in your hands and squeeze it until you have a spoonful of cactus juice. The small cactus is quite devoid of liquid now, so you toss it away. Then we can put the lard, in bowl. You scrape the lard into the mixing bowl and keep the now empty jar nearby to store your finished formula. Okay. A strange feeling comes over you. You wonder if you could have made a mistake. Wait, what? And now I am invisible. Gwydion, oh Gwydion, what Gwydion, where? What did I do wrong here? Okay, let's try this again. Look page CLXIX, that's 169. Okay, so it is cut cactus with knife. This is why I dropped so many saves. Squeeze cactus onto spoon. Oh, I know what I did. Put cactus juice in bowl. There we go. You carefully add the spoonful of cactus juice to the bowl. There we go. Then we put lard in bowl. You scrape the lard into the mixing bowl and keep the now empty jar nearby to store your finished formula. Alright, that's fine. Put toad spittle in bowl. Cautiously pour the 2 drops of toad spittle into the bowl. Alright, so whatever it did wrong, I must have skipped a step or did a step twice, not sure. We're good now. Stir mixture with spoon. Using one of the stirrers lying on the table, you mix the lard, cactus juice, and toad spittle until it is smooth and blended. Incantation time. Cactus plant and horny toad. I now start down a dangerous road. Combine with fire and mist to make me disappear without a trace. Yeah, it's an invisibility potion. All right, wave wand and put ointment in jar. Technically, it's a invisibility ointment, but what are you going to do? You scoop the invisibility ointment out of the clay bowl and return it to the lard jar. Successfully completed. All right, we are good. So we're up to 132 points now. Let's go ahead and prep for like 12 minutes from now. This game. At least we made significant progress. It's just not the way that I would have liked to have done it. So yeah, it took me like 10 minutes to put all those together. And then not counting having to go get the acorns, since that was more random than I thought. Yeah, don't fall here. It is doom. Okay, up here. And then we can move lever. And then we have to wait. Then we have to move book. And everything's back the way that it was. Yes. Yes, you don't want the wizard to get suspicious of your activities. Then we can open the cabinet. Put the wand back. You carefully replace the magic wand exactly as you found it. And then we relock it. Okay. Now, what we can do is put the cookie that we made into the porridge. The porridge conceals the crumbled cookie. It still looks as appetizing as ever. As appetizing as porridge is going to look, I guess. Okay, so we are essentially done. Let's take a look at our inventory. We still have a lot. The thimbles, eagle feather, salt, sleep powder, storm brew, invisibility ointment, magic rose essence, mirror, fly wings, mistletoe, the poisoned porridge, the brass key, the person gold coins, and mutton, and a magic map. All of those we will die for having, so let's get rid of those. Notice that the poisoned porridge, though, we will not die for having that. We can have that. So we're going to hit the right button, and then hopefully I get up in time. Yep, still got 10 minutes to go, but yeah, I'm not going to make you guys wait around for 10 minutes. That doesn't make any sense. I'm going to get fully prepped here and be ready to go at the hour mark. Okay, So we will drop all. And then we will take the porridge, because that is something we can have. All right. We still have dough in our ears? Apparently we're allowed to have dough in our ears. Which one? That was for understanding the language of creatures. So apparently that just doesn't come off and we just hold on to that one. Okay. I don't see anything in my notes to say I have to get rid of it or anything. So now that we have the porridge, we need to feed that to Manannan when he's asking us to feed him the next time, which I'm hoping is at the 60-minute mark and not the 90-minute mark. But we will have to see what that is next time. I won't show you guys everything, but I will show whether he actually wants me to do that this time around or not. But that's going to have to wait till next time. That's going to, we'll call that round 2. That was a previous save. That's going to have to wait till next time. That is going to do it for this part of King's Quest 3. I've been ballerscuba. This has been Video Games Over Time. I hope you laughed. I hope you learned. And I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.